Hello everyone, and welcome to a tutorial on EdPuzzle.com, which is a learning application that falls right into place with our key factors of high-level thinking, user-friendly, easily accessible, and standard focus digital technologies. You will have already created an EdPuzzle account, so simply choose Login at the top of the page and then sign in with Google. Log in as a teacher. You may actually have to use your password if you're like me and have multiple EdPuzzles account. And here I am. On the left side of the screen you will see content options, including the home page which you are already on. Choose the curriculum menu and then high school. And as you can see, there are options for all types of academic courses. You can also see my content, which includes videos from earlier assignments. I want you to experience creating an EdPuzzle activity based on something totally different, though, than what I have created. Therefore, I'm going to use one of the popular channels from the left-hand side of the menu in order to access a different topic. I will choose YouTube, and the topic I want to use is welding. And as you can see, there are numerous welding videos to choose from. I am just going to choose a random topic. Let's go with the cool welding project, ideas for home. I have no idea what this video has in it. So as I'm watching it, you're watching it, and you will see me create an interactive assignment based on the video. So I then select the video, and I want to make this as realistic as possible. You can see there's assign, copy, and edit on the right-hand side of the page, and then the video itself. If I choose edit, what happens is you will have access to a variety of options. You will have an option to crop video, create a voiceover, use audio notes, or even a quiz. At this point, I'm going to watch the video and identify key details and determine opportunities for questions to be added, for adaptations to the video, like cropping and voiceovers, or even notes to be shared. So far, this video has no verbal cues whatsoever. I'm just going to move a little forward and see if they have any options. As I've determined, this video also has music that is irrelevant. And so far, I have not seen any verbal cues. Let's see here. No verbal cues either. So right now I'm going to assume that there are no there's no auditory material that goes along with this video. From previous classes, we have learned that verbal cues in a video are a necessity, especially when it comes to a purely graphic-based presentation, and that actually unrelated music is actually a distraction. So I'm going to start over at the beginning, and I've actually made a decision as soon as I saw it that I wanted to take away the beginning of the video because I don't really feel like this is useful to me. Okay, so I'm going to take out this young man from the video. I'm going to crop that, so I drag the red positioning bar to the spot where I'm going to start. So this is where I want my video to start. Again, remember, I have no idea what this video is showing. I'm doing this for the sake of teaching you how to utilize EdPuzzle. So now I've cropped the beginning of the video, and this indicator down here again, the red, you can see I have the crop video button indicated at the top in red. I can change my mind at any point to decide where I want the video cropped to. I can move it forward, I can move it back, I can change how far I want it. Again, I'm just going to come back to this point and take it right to the spot where it just has that piece of pipe, which is probably, let's get away from this creepy guy winking, to right here. Okay, so this is where my video is going to begin. For the sake of the tutorial, I'm going to move the video forward and provide a voiceover. As you can see at the top, voiceover is now the button highlighted. Once that happens, you can see now this is the beginning of my video. It has the picture that I selected, or where I selected in the positioning bar, and it has a microphone. Once I click the microphone, I have the opportunity to give the voiceover. I'm going to allow EdPuzzle to use my microphone, and I am talking right now, and this is explaining what this piece of pipe, galvanized pipe, is. We're going to make some measurements and create dark lines, which I am assuming is going to be where I will be cutting that piece of pipe. Okay, I've now paused the video. I've paused my voiceover as well. So once the voiceover is completed, I now want to listen to the voiceover, or I want to add questions I may want to ask. So I paused the voiceover, and it asked me if I want to reset the whole recording or if I want to remove the last recording. If I were completing this for my students, I would not want to do either of them, but because I'm just using this as a practice opportunity, I will just go ahead and move to audio notes. And once I do that, it's going to say that you have not recorded your voice over the whole video. If you go on, you will lose your recording. So I'm just going to choose select, yes. So now my voiceover is gone. Now I have the opportunity to create audio notes. So this is where I click the button that says audio notes. This is where I can get my students' attention, pause the video for an introductory comment, to explain a concept in more detail, or to just make sure they're not sleeping. In this case, I want to tell them that I'm using a vice grip to hold my pipe in place while I use the next tool. And then I stop it. So it will say remove all of my notes or remove the last note. I'm going to keep it as is, and I'm going to move on to quizzes. As you can see, my audio note is indicated by the little sound bar. I can move to any point of the video now. I'm going to press play. This is where I can get my students' attention, pause the video for an introductory comment, to explain a concept in more detail. So now you know my video was there, or my audio comment is there. As I go through, I am going to move forward. You can see the different actions that were occurring, and I want to choose some type of question. So this is a piece of a tool that I know something about. So I'm going to take this here, my position bar, and this is where I'm going to ask my question. Now I can ask a multiple choice question. I can choose an open-ended question, a multiple choice question, or even just add a comment. You can see how that works here. At this point, I will choose the open-ended question, and my open-ended question will be, what type of clamp is being used at this point? Simple enough. I'm going to give some feedback. I really don't know what kind of clamp that is, but I do know a spring clamp is not the right answer. I know that much. So I'm going to save that, and it shows me where it is on the position bar of the video. As we progress through the video, I may explain what is happening. And you'll see that here. I may explain that I'm using a specific type of weld, like a MIG, a TIG, a stick weld. I may even talk about what kind of, what I have to do to re-tighten the clamp or loosen the clamp. I may talk more about the type of weld going on here, and I may even talk about the kind of grinder that was used. Maybe a specific level, I don't know, 1 inch, 2 inch, whatever it might be. Again, I'm not an expert in this field. I'm just using this off the top of my head. As it could be really any question that I want to ask. Now that you have seen the process of creating an EdPuzzle interactive video, I'm going to go ahead and choose Finish at the top of the page. Now that I choose Finish at the top of the page, I can assign it to 1 classes, I can assign it to all classes, I can assign it to specific students. Maybe I have a specific student I wanted to watch this. I'm just going to assign it to professional development. I can come over here to the right. It tells me what the start date is, the time. I can give a due date. I can also prevent skipping, which means the viewer would not be able to fast forward. I could turn on closed caption. I could even post to Google Classroom, okay, if I wanted to. Sometimes it's not going to let me. It might be because I don't have a specific class. For example, this is Warner's English 10 is one of my Google Classrooms. So if I choose that and then I choose Assign, you can see it says there's an error posting. I can end up clicking there to post it manually, whatever I want to do. In this case, I'm not going to bother with that. Once the learner has received it, you can see there it is. I can choose to share the assignment, which will give me a code. I can look over here to each student to see reset their progress, or I can unassign it. The person, which was me, through another account, watched 0% of it. What was my grade? Last watched never. It was not turned in. So I can see all of this information. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to go to my gradebook. Okay. In my gradebook, it shows me every video that I've ever assigned. Okay. I can see all the students that have used it, and I can even see how long amount of time they spent there. I want to focus on this main ideas one. This is a video I used before. You can see that I never watched it. I did watch it as a teacher, and I did watch 100% of it. I need to grade some answers, so I wanted you to get some experience with this. This is the correct answer, so I choose the check mark. If it's wrong, the main idea, I choose an X, and then it's going to say show all of your graded answers. You can see all of that, and I can even do a Likert or a evaluation question in there, and I could preview the video if I need to. Okay, so now that I have that done in my gradebook, I go back, choose that same main ideas, and I got a 25 out of 100. Okay, I can download the grades. I get a spreadsheet of the results, and it's all the information is managed very well. If you have any questions about EdPuzzle, feel free to contact me through my email, tiffany.warner@atech.edu, or go ahead and shoot me a text at 440-862-3827. At this point, you should know everything there is to know about creating some new content in EdPuzzle or using content that's pre-generated. Thank you so much.